Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a break from the dash restoration. Well, actually, I'm going through the vacuum pods in this video, but I've also reinstalled the interior because when you reinstall the dash, it helps to have the front seats in the car so you can sit in them as you're putting the dash back in. So I've done that, and I'll just show you guys that real quick. There we go. We have the interior back in, and I've already vacuumed and wrapped all the floor mats in plastic so I don't get my dirty feet all over them. And you can see I wrapped them back here also because those are clean and I definitely don't want to mess those up again. So that's all done. And before we start on the vacuum pods that articulate the flaps for the climate control, I want to focus on the door striker. Now you can see, let me show you how a door striker is supposed to look. Here we go. On the driver's side, we see this door striker has a little rubber tab right here. And it makes it very easy to shut the door. You don't have to slam it. See how easy that shuts? But over on the passenger side, I noticed that that little tab has broken off. They actually don't break off, they just kind of rot and deteriorate. But that is a separate piece that can be replaced. So I'm going to take off this striker and replace that piece, and we'll show you how the door shuts. Here's how it shuts now. See that? See, it didn't shut. And the reason is that little rubber tab that is no longer here on this side, it hits this lock assembly milliseconds before the door shuts. So it hits that and pushes it back. And that gives the door the ability to shut correctly. And when that's missing, you have to slam the doors and they just don't shut right. So we're going to go ahead and remove that right now, and I'll show you how to fix it. The impact to get this out of here. Here we go. And there's ways, if you do round it out, there's other videos I have showing how you can drill a little hole on right next to the Allen, where the Allen goes in, drill a little hole with like an 1/8 inch drill bit, and then get a chisel and a hammer, and you can tap it and it'll come loose. But we're not going to go through that on this car because these all came out excellent and there's no problem. So I'm going to slowly take this off. Here is the replacement rubber piece. This is the piece that always breaks off, and you can see that piece goes here. Now you can buy these aftermarket. I think they're made by Mealy or Mealy. But there's nothing as good as the original Mercedes. So, and this piece is always good. This piece never fails here. It's just that piece in there. So first, we got to get this guy out. There we go. It went in like that. And you can see there is no remnant of that piece at all. Oh, yeah, you can see there's the little tab back here. There it is. That little tab is what holds it in there. All right. And you pull that little piece back. There we go. And that little piece, there we go, goes through the hole right there. So now we see there's that little tab is back. And now this simply slides in. There's little grooves here, little notches. See, there's a notch there and a little groove here. I'll show you. See, there's little grooves, little channels here, and there's like a beveled edge here. So those slide into the channels. And there we go. That's perfect again. We have our piece back in there. Let's go put this on the car and I'll show you how easy the door shuts now. All right, I made a little bit of an adjustment to our striker there, and let's check the door shutting now. Boom. Ooh, let's see how light, how soft I can shut it. Look how good that is now. I might be able to. Very nice. Job done. All right, guys, the other thing I've noticed, so this door is good, but I want to show you. Here, let's put the camera here. So in the door, right down here, there's a door strap. And the door strap, see there's a detent right there that stops the door at position 1. And then you can push it back and it stops the door at position 2. And see how strong it is on this side? So position 2, position 1, shut. So let me go show you the driver's side. Okay, here we are on the driver's side. And notice the indents where the door is supposed to stop in position 1 and position 2. There aren't any. The door just opens all the way up and closes all the way. See? So it shuts excellent on this side. And what that means is this door strap right here is broken internally back behind here. So we need to remove, so I get some light on there. We need to remove that door strap, and there's a little pin that comes out right here. This little like clip. There we go, take that clip out. And then there's a pin right here that we need to knock out from the bottom. We remove the door panel and then we can get that door strap out, replace it, and it'll fix the fix this door strap. All right, guys, I promise we're going to get to all the vacuum pods in the dash in this video. I just wanted to knock out these items. And the door strap should probably fall loose after that. Can come out there. Yep, and there is the problem, guys. There are, see the indents there and there? When you open the door, this device slides back to each indent. And I can see there's one of the ball bearings. It's supposed to be on the end of here and here, and it has popped out of this side. And that was not doing, and then it was just jamming there, so the door wasn't opening all the way. So this one's done. This one is no good. So we're going to go ahead and get a good one. And the good thing is, look at all the cosmoline on here. That thing's dripping with cosmoline. They really treated this car well for rust. And it looks like the grease, still got some good grease in there, so that's good to see. But let's go ahead and get this new door strap on the car. All right, guys, here is our old stock genuine Mercedes. There we go. This was manufactured December 84, so this probably would have been one of the ones they would have put in the car. Now you can see they come this, cadmium colored, but this part right here, that when you open the door, so this is the part you see, that was always painted body color. Now I have the correct Mercedes. It's a navy color, so I want to spray that body color like the factory did, so it looks correct when you open the door. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we're going to grease all down in the channels before we put it back in the door. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I've dried this off with acetone really well, and I want to go ahead and grease down in here before I spray it. I want a lot of grease in these things. Okay, that is greased extremely well. and that will last for another 30 years. And guys, that's how they did it from the factory. You'll always see them. There'll be overspray on the body, and they only painted that part because that was the part that was actually seen when you open the door. So we'll let that dry before getting it back in the car. There, I'll just show it side by side to the old broken one, but you see some of the paint has worn off there, and you see the cadmium underneath it, but then there's just like overspray over the rest of it. So we're technically doing that exactly how the factory did it. There we go. There's perfect. So see, it goes to the first position, holds it, and then goes out to the final position, holds it. That's perfect. Boom. And that's how you want it, guys. So that job is done. Let's get everything reassembled. I'll use Super 77 adhesive, sprayed a little on there, put our plastic membrane back on there, reassemble the door panel, and then we're going to go to the vacuum pod system. That's really what this video was supposed to be about. I'm going to go through all the climate control vacuum pods, the Bosch temperature regulator, the fan relay, the climate control unit, and all the solenoids behind the dash. And we're going to make sure everything is restored and working 100%. All right, guys, today I'm going to be testing and diagnosing all the vacuum pods. You see we have one here. Now, this is for the center vent. When you turn on the AC, it should open the vent. And when you turn on the heat, it closes the vent and only comes out of the side vents. This is the one that you have to remove the dash to replace. There's guys that say they've done it with the dash in there. I would never want to attempt that. That would be an absolute nightmare. So, but all the other ones, you can see there's one here. I don't know if you can see the one off camera here. It's over here. And then there's one up under the dash on this side over here. So we're going to go ahead and test all these. So, all right. So the first thing we want to do, this center actuator is bad. So we're going to remove that and change the diaphragm. And I have another actuator that's good. We'll pop in there temporarily and test it. There we go. All right. This guy slides out of here. All right. Now let's get our other one in here and see how it works with a new diaphragm in it. See how that one pumps up? See how that pumps up and holds? That's a replacement with the new diaphragm. When we release the vacuum, see how it comes out correctly? So, we're going to pop this in the car and we'll see how this operates. Okay, so these vacuum lines run down, see right through here, and I think these go to the center solenoid. There we go. You can barely, there we go. It's that one right there. There's where that line comes in. And you can look behind here. There we go. There's the solenoid right there. So we want to test that and make sure it's working correctly. And we're just going to trace the vacuum. You can see the red lines come in. There we go. One comes in right there. Into solenoid number 2, and then we got a couple that come out up here. So basically I'm going to trace the lines, put on a vacuum tester, and see where our vacuum is failing. All right, so we got this disassembled. We put our mark there. We'll take this off, and we're going to remove this boot here. Yep, I see the tear right there. There you go. You guys see that? Right down there. There's a tear in the boot. So let's go ahead and get this apart and see about fixing it. Now, we're going to pop this bottom half off. So I want to also mark this bottom half. We'll just continue through with our current line because I want to put back this the same way. There's a line here. And let's pop this out. All right. Oh, that one's still hanging on. Oh, there we go. Okay. There's our spring. And there we go, guys. See the tear in the boot? That's why this one doesn't work. So we'll press this down. All right, I'm also going to put a mark for how this arm was oriented. Right there. All right, I went off camera for a second, guys, because there's a lot of cussing involved when you rebuild one of these. But the top diaphragm was actually good. The bottom diaphragm, I cut it out of there. It was just it was bad. But here's the replacement diaphragms I get from George Murphy. There's a stack of them there. And here's the bottom ones. And basically you cut, there you go. You cut the bottom away and then you put in his replacement diaphragm. And here you can see there's where the top one goes right there. But anyway, that's all back together. And let's test the functionality now. And this is a dual diaphragm. That's why these are trickier. And there we go, guys. Holds vacuum. Okay, we got the center vent working, the defroster vent working, but this solenoid right here, this is the number 4 solenoid. I'll show you guys. You have, see back here, there you go. You see the power plugs, see the unplugged one? See the plugged one in there? See the blank spot? Well, there's solenoids that run across there. There's a row of them. And see, you have the red cable goes to, red vacuum line goes to 1. Number 4 is the green. Number 3 is the black red. Number 2, number 1. Well, the green one is over here. I think that's the fresh air recirculation. Not sure what that one's called, but it's this control right here. And that is, this solenoid is not opening and closing, and it's not letting the vacuum go through when this button is pushed. So in other words, it's not actuating that pod right back in there. So we're going to change this and see what happens. All right, we are back in the car and we have the climate control system fully sorted. So first, I'm going to go, you can see we have the AC on right now. And we got AC out of the center vent. So now I'm going to go to defrost. We'll watch that center vent close. Perfect. And now we'll put on the defrost and we'll watch the defrosters open. Okay, I didn't get there quick enough, but they opened. So what I'm going to do now is go back to AC. And you can see the defrost closed, the AC opened. That's great. Now we want to do the EC, this button right here. And we're going to watch this flap over here close. So that vent has now been closed. Now we're gonna go, oh yeah, and this is open back up. Now we want to go to heat. And you see that correctly closed. And we're gonna do, we want heat coming out of the floor. So we're gonna watch our floor vents. So there we go. We now have heat blowing out here. And the vent over here is also, there we go, you can see it, closed down. And it's letting heat come out down here. And now we're gonna go back to AC. So we'll go center automatic, and we'll go back to AC. And watch our center vent open. Boom. That took me about 5 hours to troubleshoot this climate control system. We had 2 bad vacuum pods and a bad solenoid and a couple of vacuum hoses that were loose and didn't have a good connection. But now everything is working 100%. Just like it would from the factory. So job done. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.